Welcome once again to the Blueberry Buckle. This is my sister Sherry.
Hey,
she's with us today.
How are you?
We have decided that our first video together, we're going to make, because we're Southern of course, as you can tell, we're going to make biscuits, but not just any biscuits. These are, I have to give kudos to Pioneer Baking Mix. There is nothing better.
You can use any baking mix as long as it's Pioneer Baking Mix.
That's right, because nothing else will do. Mom always said, get that, the Bisquick. She said, get your Bisquick and chunk it out the back door as far as it'll go, honey, and get you some Pioneer Baking Mix.
Yes.
Because this is for the most simple, it's just a basic staple we have to have in the South. And trust me, you'll never go wrong. To do biscuits, we'll need 3 cups of the Pioneer Baking Mix, 2, and then we'll do 1 more.
And another magic ingredient that my mom, our mom, added, baking powder. This just makes them so much fluffier.
Oh, God, yes.
Just makes a huge difference. You will love this.
Y'all, Mom's
1 tablespoon.
biscuits were the best.
They weren't always the best.
Yes, they were always the best.
No, her previous biscuits.
Her burn bottom biscuits.
Yeah, burn bottom biscuits.
That's what Daddy called them every time. Now, before we start truly mixing in the wet ingredients in here, because we've got all of our dry stuff, we're gonna put a stick of butter in our cast iron skillet. We're gonna cook in a cast iron skillet, not just a cast iron skillet, but a well heated. 450 degrees is the temperature that we have the oven on right now. Yeah. And we want the bubbling up of the butter. It makes it makes your biscuits.
Right. It makes that crust on the bottom of those biscuits.
God,
like that's
so
what
good.
makes these biscuits.
Yeah.
Great.
That's it. Okay, so I have my cast iron skillet. It's about a 9-inch, I believe, cast iron skillet. I love this thing. You know, you've seen me cook with it before. I've got my stick of butter, real butter, put it in there. Now I'm gonna take it, put it in the oven until it gets bubbling, and I know that we are ready to go with the biscuit dough. And we're gonna do drop biscuits, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. It's the easiest kind there is. There's no having to measure them out and do all that other jazz. We're gonna do this easy.
So now we're gonna add 1 cup of buttermilk. Make sure it's buttermilk. Makes this so much better. I can't see this.
The liquid is on the blue side.
The blue side. You got it, it's exact. 1 cup. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you.
I know. Mom would be so proud.
Mom would be so proud. Okay, so we're just gonna stir this up. This is what I love about Pioneer Baking Mix. Instead of doing the homemade, instead of doing the Bisquick, you can't go wrong. I mean, you literally cannot mess them up. You cannot over stir them. You cannot overdo anything. I mean, if you don't have enough liquid in there and you need to add a little, just pour a little dang buttermilk in there. It's not
that's another thing. So if it looks a little too dry, just add a tablespoon of buttermilk.
This is a little dry, so let's go ahead and just
add a little bit more.
Add to,
We'll say about a tablespoon.
Plus, keep going. Plus, because I'm doing, keep going. Because I'm doing
maybe 2 tablespoons.
Because I'm doing drop biscuits, I want to add more, but a little more. How much is in here?
Okay. Are we still live? Yeah. Okay, so you want your dough to look like this. I mean, it's basically like...
It's sort of a stiff dough, but then it's not,
just all together.
It's fine.
Incorporated.
Don't worry about it. It's going to be great.
You really can't mess it up, seriously.
You really can't.
Unless you don't use buttermilk. Or Pioneer Baking Mix.
Or butter.
Or butter.
Okay, now we're gonna go over here.
Okay, so let's check this. Okay, it's hot and bubbly.
Oh my
Melted
gosh.
butter. It's ready. A little bit browned. Perfect.
That's
this
perfect
skillet
butter.
is hot. That's gonna give you your nice crust on the bottom of your biscuits.
God, it's gonna be good. Okay, now I'm gonna take my little spatula. I'm gonna get about 2 tablespoons of the dough.
Oh, that's like a 1/4 cup.
Yeah, it is about a 1/4 cup. And I'm going to flip it over. I want the butter all on the top and the bottom. It's gonna just seep into the dough. Here, once again, and this one may be a little bigger. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna just, Sherry and I
Flip it over quickly, you're good.
A little bigger. All right. See how the size of it is about the size of my palm. These are called cat head biscuits. Mine is, at least. I don't know about Sherry's, but
Mine are a little bit smaller, but they'll do.
kitten head biscuits.
And then Mom always put, see these little tiny bits in the bottom?
Oh, God.
She just threw those in there, so you're good. The kids like those, so.
Our kids grew up absolutely loving to cook with Mimi. Mimi's cooking was always the best, and this recipe stands the test of time. They always fought over the little tidbits of the biscuits here.
Y'all, this is so easy. Seriously, my son Justin, what was he, 6 or 7?
He was like 6.
He was cooking these by himself. I would take the cast iron skillet out of the oven, but he would cook them all by himself. He loved it.
Now, while the skillet's hot, we're gonna go back into the oven, 450, remember, and we're gonna let these cook for at least 10 minutes. Now we're gonna start the chocolate gravy. Oh my gosh. There's 2 ways that you can make this. You can make it with milk. I've seen people do that. It's a more smooth texture, but you don't get that bite of chocolate. And I promise you with this, by using water, you will get a stronger chocolate flavor. It has the consistency of gravy, hence the name chocolate gravy, but the bite of chocolate with that butter biscuit, oh my gosh.
Yes, it's so good.
Every one of our children, when they had a friend spend the night, they would request that we would make biscuits and chocolate gravy every time for a new guest that came to our house. So this is our tried and true recipe for chocolate gravy. We're gonna use 6 tablespoons. It could be a heaping tablespoon, it's okay. This is not baking for this part.
Holly wings it, and I'm like, no, I need exact measurements.
She's the exact person. Here's 5, 6. Okay, now we're gonna do 4 tablespoons of flour. If you'll do me the honors. You don't have to do exact.
Yes, I do.
And Mom always taught us to use the back of the knife. It will make everything level for you. I'm gonna do a healthy pinch of salt in here. Gotta have the salt. We're gonna do 2 more tablespoons of flour.
Since I didn't heap it.
But you didn't eat it. We're gonna use a healthy cup of sugar. So this is what your chocolate gravy, the dry components will look like. I like to mix this because sometimes the sugar or the chocolate, the flour, will just have a few lumps in it. I just mix it around with a whisk. And then we're going to add 2 cups of water to this. Now, it's gonna look quite loose. I'm gonna turn it on, and I'm gonna turn it on about a medium-high heat. And we're gonna constantly whisk this because it will clump together like any gravy will, and it will, you know, burn on the bottom. You just don't want that. When it starts coating the back of a spoon, I will show you, it is ready to be taken off the burner. And we're gonna check it in about 5 minutes. It will take about that long before it will come together. You just kind of, you know, gingerly stir your chocolate. Excuse me, gingerly. Go ahead. Okay, now it's been about 5 minutes. It is definitely thickening up. Can you see this? It's not the consistency of chocolate pudding, but it's almost there. We're gonna dip a spoon in it. See how it coats the back of a spoon really well? Boop. Ooh, I love that. Perfect. Now what we do is we get a pat of butter
You've turned the heat off.
Yes, the heat is off. And we're gonna get about a tablespoon of butter. We're gonna put the pat of butter in and leave it alone.
Oh, there's our biscuits.
See how the biscuits have risen? But what we want is that little bit of deeper color on the top, a little caramelization. So what we're gonna do is put it on broil, on high broil. This is where you have to really watch your biscuits. It's gonna take 2 minutes or less. So I am gonna put the timer on for 2 minutes. And once it gets that caramely looking color, that is the result of you dipping your biscuits and flipping them over in the butter. That makes a total difference between having a good biscuit and having a Maybell fantabulous biscuit. All right, we have 30 seconds approximately left on these biscuits. See how brown they're getting on the top?
Those look fine.
Oh, they're perfect. They're absolutely perfect.
Yum.
Oh my gosh, they're just gonna be so good.
So we have added our pat of butter to our chocolate gravy. We're just gonna stir it in.
See how
it just gives it that little gloss that you want.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Now this is what I like to do personally. It's not enough butter for me. I know that's hard to believe, but so I'm gonna get this middle biscuit. Oh my gosh, look at the brown. That is so perfect.
That's what a cast iron skillet will do for
Oh
you right
my
there.
gosh. Cut it open. Get some more butter. I know it's hard to believe. Like half a pat on each side. And then just take your chocolate gravy.
Here you go.
Pour it over your biscuits. You got your grape outfit on. Okay, you can just call me Fat Benatar after this. The look
She was going for the Sandy from Grease look. It looks great.
Oh well, who cares?
Okay.
Oh my
now,
gosh. Get some butter. Get some butter. Get your biscuit, dip it. But we take princess bites.
Look at that bottom. Look at that.
Look at that chocolate.
Oh my God.
Kudos to you.
Cheers.
Oh my God, it takes me right back to being 10 years old, doesn't it? I mean, you were 5. Let's get one thing straight. I'm 5 years older. But
Oh my gosh.
that is the most perfect bite.
That
the
chocolate gravy. Oh
The
my God.
chocolate and the butter, it just comes together. The chocolate and the butter and these flaky, fluffy biscuits, oh my gosh.
It's
Mom
so
will
good.
be so proud of us right now.
Mom would want some right now.
We'll need to take her some actually.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Y'all like and subscribe. And the blueberry buckle, we're gonna have some great recipes, I promise, on here. Follow us, like and follow us. It's gonna be so fun. We just have a good time. Don't we?
It's always a good time.
We always laugh. So make yourself some of this chocolate gravy and biscuits. You
So
will
good.
be so glad. Have a wonderful day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.